I've got a big ego, such a huge ego. Let me explain myself. I've been recently doing a lot of mindfulness and mindset training with the training I'm on, and it brought out a realization that women do have a big ego, and it's not a bad thing, but I used to just attribute it to men. I thought it was the men that had a big ego, and I would have put it to people who could stand on a video and sing that song, oh, she's got such a big ego. But actually, it's not that at all. Through going through all my training and reading all the stuff I'm now realizing that it's the voice that keeps you safe. It's that one in the back of your mind that goes, don't do that. You're not good enough to do that. You're not perfect yet. You can't start that. What are the guys going to think? What are the neighbours going to say? It's that little voice that's trying to keep you in your comfort zone. Because so far through your life, you've been quite safe by staying in that comfort zone. And so that voice goes, well, we've kept you safe this long. We've kept you alive. Let's keep you there because it seems to be working. And then as soon as you start to challenge that or step outside that a little bit, that voice goes, hey, don't do that. You might die. Don't stroke the tiger. You'll get eaten, sort of thing, back in when we were apes. So now it has to sort of busy itself on all sorts of other things, and it stops us doing so much just in case we might get somewhere, and that's a bit scary, and you might bruise the ego, and you might actually kind of get successful. Oh my gosh, what if that happened? And that voice is terrified of us not needing it anymore, because if we don't need it, where's it going to go? The thing is, we always need that ego to get us out of bed and power us through. She's part of me. But we just need to manage her. And from sort of my whole life so far, I've been sort of playing it very safe. I've not tried so very hard at anything because that ego, I now know is a massive ego that I really need to manage. I can see her like she's a big gorilla almost. She's sort of sits in the corner, and till now she just has to throw out some little cards to say, you can't do that, you're not perfect yet. Don't do that, they might say something. And that was all it needed. If I was trying hard at something that was going to really get me somewhere on the computer, she'd go, have a cat video. Don't look at that. Look over here. There's a cat on a horse. Woohoo! And so it would work. And I wouldn't take a lot to just throw me off track, and I'd forget what I was supposed to be doing, and I wouldn't get anywhere again. But now I'm on this course that just sort of shakes all that cages. I'm mixing with the right people. I'm getting the skills that I can get successful with. I'm getting the mindset that can focus you on where you're going. And she's going, oh my gosh, we might get somewhere. What's going to happen? What if she doesn't need me anymore? And from there on, I can feel her standing up at full height now. And she's pulling out the big cards to sort of keep me in that comfort zone. And she pulled out a whopper the other day. It was just a whisper, but it was all it needed. It was, you might be trying this, but you'll never be as good as him. And it worked. Floored me. Absolutely. My little girl's doing monkey noises now. That's quite funny. Absolutely worked. And singing on this video, huge for me. That little voice has been for years going, you can't sing in front of people. What if your voice cracks like that time when you were 12? And that was enough to stop me singing in front of anybody ever. And that was it. And so you just need to realise that actually we do have a huge ego, and manage her. Listen to that voice, laugh at it now because it's actually quite funny, and say, no, I can see that you're trying to keep me safe. Thank you very much. But sit down over there and I'm getting on with this right now. Thank you. And it will make such a difference. It's freed me, and I hope it does you too. So take note of this little voice. Listen out for the not so little voice sometimes, and just realise that you do have, you got a big ego. Stay with me. See you in the next one. There's my son.